Hello everybody, welcome back to Screenstars. I'm here today to bring you my review for the 2022 action-adventure film with a little bit of horror, Jurassic Island, a film that is co-written and directed by Dominic Ellis, and it stars Sarah T. Cohen, Nicola Wright, Howard J. Davey, Kate Sandison and Richard Freitas. Now this is a low-budget UK-based film that stars a lot of faces that you will recognise from previous films that have been churned out by these guys, and I have watched and reviewed quite a few of them on this channel now. Now this is one of those films where you kind of need to check your expectations at the door, I suppose. This is not going to be an overly impressive film to most. It's definitely low budget. And it shows. And for the most part, I mean, you couldn't describe this film anything really other than pretty bad, to be fair. But it's got a little bit of charm to it that kind of carries it a little bit of favour, I suppose. It doesn't take itself overly serious. And it focuses on Sarah T. Cohen's character, Diane. And she's looking for, it's her father, I think, or her grandfather. No, it is her father, who is like an archaeologist adventurer who's been searching for this lost island all his life that is supposedly supposed to house, you know, prehistoric creatures, plant life, bugs, dinosaurs, all that good stuff. But he's been missing for weeks. But she's got a clue as to where he might be. So she takes a couple of friends, hires a boat, heads on out there to try and track them down. And guess what? She finds this island, and they all kind of wish they hadn't, because it's full of all kinds of beasties and nasties, and they've got to work to try and get off this island in one piece. Right, so Jurassic Island, is it going to be worth your time? Well, if you're a fan of low-budget fare, then there is some moments here in this film that, you know, will keep you entertained. There are some people that will watch this. If you want to watch this film with your mates with a few cans and a pizza and have a little bit of a giggle, yeah, there's that bit to it as well. If you've got a genuine affection for low budget films like this, then yeah, there's things here for you to enjoy. But there ain't no getting past it. It is pretty terrible at times, this film. But sometimes what I like with these low budget films is if they don't take themselves too seriously, and they're almost like winking at you as an audience member, it does invite you to kind of enjoy it for what it is a little bit more. And there is moments in this film where it is definitely, you know, self-aware of what it is, and it does kind of help you, you know, digest what you're seeing, because boy, there are moments in this film that you'll need to check your expectations at the door. Some of the effects are really bad. Some of the green screen work's really bad. But it's all propped up by performers who actually are doing a decent job. Like I say, most of these actors you will recognise in this film from other projects, other low-budget projects. And they all bring something to the table, do you know what I mean? You know, none of them are what you would describe as traditionally bad for a low-budget film, but none of them kind of, you know, elevate it to, like, you know, really good levels either. They all kind of do what you would expect them to do, but they're all watchable, and they're all tolerable in regards to the performances. Because of the low budget, I don't know whether this is a positive and negative, actually, because when you do see the dinosaurs, the effects are really bad, for the most part anyway. But when you consider, again, the budget, you know, passable, I guess. So what they do, cleverly, is they've got like this like slug-type creature on the island that if you get kind of bitten by it or stung by it or whatever it is it does to you, it kind of turns you into like a zombie. So you've got that threat as well. You know, some members of the team are inevitably going to get bitten or sucked on by these slug-type creatures. So when obviously they can't afford to put the effects up on the screen using dinosaurs and things like that, they've got this other threat of these people that are displaying like zombie-like symptoms, and they actually look quite frightening and effective when they're made up. It looks like, how we've seen it before in a lot of these type of movies. They look really ill. There's like all this liquid coming out of the mouth and charging at you, chasing you around, all that kind of stuff. So it adds a new threat to the film, if you like. And it's also one of those films that you're watching characters, in the build-up, and you're kind of like chalking them off, thinking, well, you're not going to last long, you're not going to last long, you're not going to last long. And very few of these characters have any kind of backstory or fleshed out in any way, shape or form. So you just know if it was a Star Trek episode, they'd be wearing the red jersey sort of thing. So it's low budget. Yes, it ain't great, but there's a little bit of fun to be had. It's a bit of tongue-in-cheek fun. It doesn't take itself too seriously, which does allow you to enjoy it a little bit more, but the quality is not very good at all. So for that reason, I'm going to have to give this one probably a 4 out of 10. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this review. Let me know in the comments if you've seen the film, what you thought of it. And of course, I'll be back with more content and reviews very, very soon.